All right, let's talk about something you deal with every single day but probably don't think much about, your car seat. We've all been taught that leather is the ultimate luxury, right? Well, I'm here to tell you there's a quiet revolution happening with a fabric that looks kind of like a fishnet, and it can save your back and stop you from getting ripped off.
Oh, you know this feeling. We've all been there. It's a hot day, you hop in the car, and that sticky, swampy plastic bag on your back feeling. And the worst part, when you get out and you have to do that awkward peel, literally peeling your shirt off the seat like it's glued on. Gross, right? Well, listen up. I'm here to tell you that is not normal. You do not have to live like that. It's not your fault. There's a high-tech solution that premium brands like Tesla are quietly switching to, and it's hiding in plain sight. It may look simple, but it's a total game changer. Okay, let's dive into the secret of this breathing fabric. This stuff is called 3D mesh, and it's basically a breathing machine for your back, built right into the seat. Now, this is where it gets really cool. 3D mesh isn't flat like your t-shirt. It's a sandwich, a three-dimensional sandwich. In between the top and bottom layers, there's a whole layer of air held up by thousands and thousands of tiny little vertical fibers. So let's break down how this sandwich actually works. You've got the top layer, which is like a super breathable net, right? It lets all that heat and sweat just escape. Then you have the middle layer, and this is the magic part. It's made of thousands of little micro springs that create a gap, a literal air gap. And the bottom layer just holds the whole thing together. It's like having a tiny high-tech air mattress built right into your seat. All right, next section. Now, I know what you're thinking. Fishnet? Sounds kind of cheap, but hold on. Don't mistake this for some flimsy cover you'd find online. This is serious high-tech car-grade material with some wild specs. Okay, let's look at the numbers, because they tell the whole story. See leather and PVC on this chart? They're down there near zero. They just don't breathe at all. Regular fabric is a little better, sure, but then look at 3D mesh. It's not just a little better, it's on a completely different planet. We're talking 4 times more breathable than standard fabric. It's a massive difference. Okay, next up is this number, 90%. What on earth does that mean? Well, this is all about durability, about how well the fabric bounces back. It's called compression resilience, and it's a huge deal for the life of your seat. So what does 90% resilience really mean? It's simple. It means no more permanent butt prints in your seat. You know what I'm talking about, right? That sad, saggy crater you leave behind. With this stuff, it just bounces right back, instantly. Your seat looks new for way, way longer. So what does it take for a fabric to be called car grade? A lot, actually. This isn't your couch fabric. It has to pass a federal fire resistance test. It has to survive over 100,000 abrasion cycles. That's like wearing the same pair of jeans every single day for 10 years. It can't release nasty chemical fumes when it gets hot, and it has to be UV resistant so the sun doesn't destroy it. This stuff is tough. Section 3, leather versus mesh, the showdown. Let's put this stuff head-to-head with the materials you already know and see how it really stacks up. Okay, check out this smackdown chart. Look, leather and Napa, 5 stars for luxury feel, sure, but 1 star for breathability. 1! Synthetic leather is even worse, 0 stars. Now look over at 3D mesh. 5 stars for breathability, 4 stars for support, same as leather, 4 for durability. It's the only one that absolutely nails that sweet spot between comfort, support, and breathability. It's the total package. So what's the real trade-off here? It's pretty simple. With leather, you get something that looks luxurious but feels sticky and awful in the heat. With 3D mesh, you get something that feels breathable and actually is super supportive. It's a choice between just looking good and actually feeling good. And now for section 4. This is the part that could save you a ton of money and a real headache. Let's talk about the sales scams and myths you need to spot when you're at the dealership. Okay, myth number 1, and this is the big one you'll hear from a salesperson trying to upsell you on leather. Oh, isn't that just cheap fabric? The truth? Absolutely not. It is a functional upgrade. Think about it. Brands like Tesla and even Porsche are using this stuff. Why? Because the R&D and safety testing costs are insane. They're choosing it because it performs better. It's a shift from what looks expensive to what actually works. Okay, so it breathes. But doesn't that mean it's going to be freezing in the winter? And you know what? That's a totally fair question. It's a mesh, after all.
But the truth is actually the opposite. It heats up faster with a seat heater. Why? Because there's no thick, cold slab of leather that the heat has to fight through first. The warmth gets straight to you. It's a pretty awesome bonus on a freezing cold morning. Okay, last myth, number 3. So, it's just a seat ventilator, right? This is a really important one to get right because they are not the same thing at all. The truth is, no, not even close. A ventilator actively blows air on you. 3D mesh works passively. It just lets your own body heat and sweat escape. Here's the best way to think about it. 3D mesh prevents the swamp from forming in the first place. A ventilator is what you use to try and drain the swamp after it's already there. Prevention is way better than a cure. All right, Section 5, let's wrap this up with your cheat sheet. When you're on the car lot trying to make the right call, what do you need to know?
Here's your 3-point checklist. Super simple. Number 1, give it a push. It should feel like an air spring, supportive and bouncy, not some cheap, flimsy net. Number 2, remember, it reduces mugginess. It doesn't replace your AC. And number 3, ask about the specs. The real deal is fire retardant and super durable. Don't be afraid to ask.
And look, at the end of the day, you can forget all the charts and the marketing nonsense because ultimately, your butt is the most honest judge of any car seat. Seriously, sit in it for 10 minutes. How does it feel? That's the only test that really, truly matters. Trust that over anything a salesperson tells you.